Good morning and welcome to the Blend Extra. Today is Friday, January 9th, and I'm Alyssa Kelly. Coming up on today's show, we have baseball stunts, giant-sized cakes, and solar energy updates. So let's just get straight into things. The Savannah Bananas are known for doing for baseball what the Harlem Globetrotters did for basketball. Now one family is working to bring this same idea to Chicago. Noel Brennan has the story.
Hey, here we go.
A rocket arm doesn't guarantee a roster spot.
Yeah, good throw.
Jonah Campbell knows he needs all-around talent.
This is certainly not a normal baseball team.
Attaboy.
So we're doing our baseball stuff. We're also showing a little razzle-dazzle.
Even home run hitters have to bring something extra to the plate.
And if I do bad, it's the bat's fault, okay? It was not me. It was not me.
Good thing Miranda Wazlowski is at home in the infield
Get over there.
and on the dance floor. That's exactly what this team needs.
We want huge entertainers. We want people to come and have fun.
Sherry Travis and her brother Paul are fielding a new co-ed team called the Chicago Snowballs,
Beautiful, beautiful.
inspired by the success of the Savannah Bananas.
There was this discussion of like, why snowballs in the summertime? And we're like, that's exactly why.
Because it's ironic.
Here we go.
These are tryouts for people who can play ball and just about anything else.
Yes, we're making plays, we're playing baseball, but it's more than that. It's about making sure that everybody comes away feeling like they had a show.
The team owners call it Pro Baseball's first co-ed sportstainment experience.
So we're creating a whole new opportunity to continue playing for both men and women and for them to keep playing the game they love.
What about this do you think will draw people?
Probably the intermixing of all of the personalities together, and everybody's got something different to bring to the table.
Hey, run through.
Players need to bring the fundamentals, but also the fun.
Is there a guy on stilts?
Yeah, he was earlier.
Let's go, snowballs!
And a Michigan bakery is paying homage to Detroit's NFL team in the sweetest way possible. It created a gigantic cake that reimagines the Lions' iconic celebration after beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Week 7 of the NFL season. The owner of Home Bakery says it took a team of 25 people, more than 400 hours to make the cake. The details all the way down to the intricate tattoo on running back Jamar Gibbs' arm. The cake hangs from the ceiling of the baker's window display where it will remain through January as long as it stays intact.
I think I calculated it was 65 pounds of fondant. I think we got 4 sheet cakes, 8 cases of Rice Krispie cereal treats. The smiles, the people, the photos, the Lions fans. I mean, I'm turning some of their heroes into edible cake.
The business did something similar last year. That cake creation featured Amon St. Brown's celebratory headstand after scoring a touchdown. And sub-toddlers can learn new words just by overhearing conversations. Now, new research suggests some smart dogs can too. According to a study published in the journal Science, owners of 10 gifted dogs introduced 2 new toys to their pets, repeatedly saying the toy names. Researchers found 7 of the 10 dogs were able to identify and retrieve the new toys. They repeated the study but did not allow the dogs to interact with the new toys. By simply overhearing their owners talk about the toys, the dogs were able to pick them out. They concluded gifted dogs can pick up new words by monitoring the speaker's gaze, picking up on communicative cues, and extracting keywords from sentences. Among the gifted dogs in the study were Border Collies, a German Shepherd, a Labrador Retriever, Australian Shepherds, and a Blue Heeler. Now coming up next, we'll take a look at energy costs and talk about potentially making the switch to solar.
In this game, there are moments when every dribble counts and a single shot can seal a legacy. Catch all the best plays on State Line Slam Friday nights.
From waiting for the bus to waiting for roads to be cleared. When the bitter cold bites harder than ever. From a normal winter day to downright scary. You'll always know what's next with First Alert Weather. Days ahead of the storms, get a clear and concise forecast.
Want to alert you to a First Alert Action Day, and that will play out all day long.
Streaming on every platform, no matter where you are. Stay connected so you can stay prepared with First Alert Weather.
Every first matters. That first alarm, your first cup of coffee.
And that first look of what the day can bring.
And WIFR is right here with you.
With your first alert when weather could impact your day.
A First Alert Action Day for the potential of strong, severe storms.
With stories that matter most.
And your first look at what's ahead.
We have an update on breaking news from last night.
Wherever you stream WIFR, we help you start your day prepared.
Every first, every day. Tune to WIFR this morning.
At Gray Digital Media, we craft engaging campaigns that grab attention and get results. Extending your message across all platforms. Gray Digital Media. We know local. GDMRockford.com.
It's more than just a game. With State Line Slam Play of the Week, you decide who gets the spotlight. Every Sunday night, we'll show you the week's most electrifying high school basketball plays. Then go to WIFR.com/Play of the Week to vote on who you think should be number one. And watch during WIFR News at 5 on Wednesdays to see who came out on top. State Line Slam Play of the Week. Sponsored by Holcomb Bank.
All right, welcome back to the Blunt Extra. Thanks for sticking with us. We are joined by Dan Puckett with Iconic Energy, and today we're talking all things solar. And I think that's the new trend that's going around. Everyone's deciding to change over to solar.
I think everybody's deciding they need to save money.
Right?
Right now, they're getting their Christmas bills confused with their electric bills.
Yeah,
I
right?
mean, that's how high electricity is really going, and it continues to rise.
So do you think that's a main reason, why, many people are going solar?
Well, when I first got in this business, I'm like, I'm going to help the planet. Everybody's going to be ready to go green. But the real reason is people want to save money.
Right.
Helping the planet is secondary, and it really does help. But it saves people a ton of money. One of my first customers, their bill was over $110 a month. Yeah. And we were able to reduce that down to about $15 a month. And they took that money and they started investing in an education fund. They had just had a newborn. And so something like that, you think over, 18 years, is basically they'll have that college paid for.
Right, yeah.
So,
and do you think, a question that always comes to my mind, do you think a lot of people could be hesitant when it comes to going solar because they maybe don't understand exactly what that means?
I think the misconceptions out there and the high pressure sales, of all these people going door to door has really turned people off.
Okay.
And the best thing to do is just sit down and take a 30-minute consultation with someone, someone you trust and believe in. I mean, and that's what our salespeople, consultants are really designed to do. Give the full information and let you make the decision. Because there's so many incentives out there. There's so many things that will help pay for the system. It's just unbelievable that you could basically have a system paid for in 3 years.
Right, yeah, and you beat me to it. What incentives are available?
So there's something called solar renewable energy credits.
Okay.
If you ever look at your ComEd bill, there's a spot in there that says there's a portfolio, carbon solution portfolio in there. That's money that we actually pay as you pay your electric bill, and then they take that money and disperse it for people who are producing clean energy. So you can get paid a lot of money. That can pay for almost 30% of the system, depending on how much production you're doing. And then you have, ComEd has a rebate right now that helps reduce the system cost according to size also. Like I said, most of our customers' return on investments is somewhere between 2 and 4 years.
Oh, wow.
After they get their incentives back.
Yeah, and speaking of, energy costs, why are they, kind of skyrocketing so fast?
Well, the biggest thing that everybody's hearing about are data centers because they're growing and growing and growing. And I think the backstory to that is that people don't realize that energy is a commodity. There's only so much of it out there. And as these data centers suck it up, it gets more and more expensive.
Yeah.
And the only way to protect yourself is to put your own power plant on your house. And that's what solar is. And it helps reduce your bill, make sure that you do have power. And secondly, it helps the environment. And the cost of a lot of it's already paid for.
Right, yeah. And, a question I have, is there different locations. You know, I know some people may be hesitant to, let's say, putting it on their roof. You know, is that always an option, or do you have other locations where you could, you know, put those panels?
So we have ground mounts. You know, you can, and we can put it on almost any type of roof. I mean, you got to think about that. Do you have a metal roof, shingle roof, ceramic roof? You know, we have mounts that will do it all. But yeah, if you don't want it on your roof, we can put it in on a ground mount, and depending if you have the room. So.
And what about the process? When should people start looking for solar? How do you go about something, you know, getting in contact with, you know, somebody like yourself at Iconic Energy?
Well, of course, it's iconicenergy.com. Let's throw that plug in there real quick. You can just request a quote. And our sales consultants, you know, they're going to come in, they're going to show you what you can do and how much money you can save, and it's your decision from there. The other thing that you want to look about is it right for you? Right. Some people don't have the house, unfortunately. Okay. Some people have too many trees. You know, some people rent. I mean, but there's different things that you can do to get around all that.
Yeah, and so is leasing an option for something like this? And, you know, what are your recommendations? Is leasing a good thing? Like, how does that whole process work?
I've been on a soapbox for the last 7 years about how leasing is, you know, detrimental to not only to our customers, but to our state. So I'm just going to say, you know, I'm probably not the best person to ask, but it isn't, because what happens is these leasing companies come in. They're from all over the United States. Most of them are not located here. And they take your incentives. They get a tax credit on top of that, and then you're stuck in a lease for 25 years, which is right now when you start out is probably equal or just a 10% less than your electric bill. But as years go on, you do end up saving, but you're really just switching one bill out for another. Right. So there's some cases where people want to lease, but if you put that on your house and you go to sell your house, you know, that's another big hassle.
Right, you know, because maybe the next person coming in may not want to go solar or something along those lines.
And they don't want to assume that lease.
Right.
Where if you've already bought it, it's on there, and you can show somebody, hey, look, I've been saving $100, $200 a month with my solar system. That's just extra money those people don't have to worry about paying about.
Right, yeah. And I kind of liked at the beginning of this interview how you were kind of talking about one of your first customers. What are kind of the reactions, you know, just from, you know, years of customers going solar? What have they told you?
You know, you always get a good feeling. We do home shows, right? Yeah. And a lot of customers, oh, you should see my bill's down this. I have one customer that comes in every year. He brings me his bill and he shows me, and he's just so excited about it. And, you know, he's saved thousands and thousands of dollars. And, you know, they're happy, and they know that it's there and it's making them money. The thing about it is they know if something goes wrong, they have someone here locally that can take care of it. Right. And that's the biggest important part. I cannot tell you how many orphan systems that we have picked up and help people get back on track with their solar.
Yeah, that's amazing. I guess you don't even realize how much money you could save, you know, by going solar.
You know, it's just like, you know, people say, well, I'm going to eliminate this bill. It's only this much a month, but it adds up. Well, think about reducing your electric bill by 80%.
That's incredible.
Right.
That really is. Well, Dan, thank you so much, you know, for talking solar with us today and coming on the show. And for everyone who is watching, Iconic Energy is located at 4617 American Road in Rockford. Now, if you would like to contact a professional to learn more, you can call the number that's on your screen, or you can go to iconicenergy.com. Now, coming up next, we'll take a look at some new streaming records as well as some upcoming movies.
Discover how different types of winter weather can impact your travel and daily life. Shelter from the storm wherever you stream WIFR.
Make your voice heard. Answer the question of the day during the blend on WIFR and at WIFR.com/vote. Sponsored by Suncoat Pools and Spas.
First Alert Weather Plus, the State Line's only 24/7 weather channel, on air at 19.3 WSLN, the First Alert Weather app, or wherever you stream WIFR. Sponsored by Total Exteriors.
Everyone is at risk from extreme cold dangers. These groups are more vulnerable than most. Age and certain conditions make the body less able to regulate temperature.
Breaking right now, first responders stop.
Stay connected to the team you trust. Get breaking news and watch our newscast here on the WIFR News app. Your news, your way.
Download today and stay connected to WIFR.
All right, welcome back to the Blend Extra. The finale of Stranger Things has been out for a little over a week. Douglas Hyde talks about its success in today's Hollywood Minute.
This is not over. Not by a long shot.
The end of Stranger Things has helped make it one of Netflix's most watched English language series ever. The hit show's 5th season drew more than 31 million views the week of its finale and has received more than 105 million total views and counting. Stranger Things now sits at number 9 on the all-time list.
I am the outlaw. Robin Hood.
A new trailer is giving us our first look at Hugh Jackman in The Death of Robin Hood. The Australian actor offers a gritty, violent take on the classic English thief. The new film shows Robin Hood coming to terms with his violent past and living long enough to see himself become a legend. The Death of Robin Hood hits screens this year.
Star Search, the world's greatest talent competition.
The talent judges for Netflix's Star Search revival have been revealed. Jelly Roll, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Chrissy Teigen are joining the reboot. The 5-week competition kicks off January 20th and will feature new episodes Tuesdays and Wednesdays. In Hollywood, I'm Douglas Hyde.
All right, well, that wraps up the Blend Extra for today. Thank you so much for watching and have a spectacular Friday.